Welcome to the Stateless Standard, where we peel back the velvet curtain on the puppet masters of our so-called free world. Imagine this: the 7 wealthiest humans on Earth, hoarding more riches than the bottom 4 billion souls combined, aren't just fabulously loaded. No, they've cornered the market on your mind. They're media barons, every last one, snapping up outlets like CNN, The Washington Post, and YouTube to script the narratives that keep their empires unchallenged. Free press? A quaint relic. Today we dissect this oligarchic stranglehold, from Larry Ellison's impending CNN coup to Elon Musk's X-fueled fever dreams. It's educational, it's infuriating, and yes, it's by design. One might cynically quip, democracy dies not with a bang, but with a billionaire's buyout. Let's tally the titans. First, the ledger of largesse. As of late 2025, Forbes clocks these 7 at a collective $1.7 trillion, enough to buy entire nations, or at least their silence, topping the heap. Elon Musk at $480 billion, the ever-ascendant trillionaire in waiting, lord of Tesla, SpaceX, and now X, the digital town square he rebranded as his personal megaphone. Trailing him, Larry Ellison, Oracle's Oracle, at $278 billion, eyeing CNN like a wolf at the fold. Then Jeff Bezos, Amazon's architect, $194 billion, who scooped the Washington Post for pocket change. Bernard Arnault, LVMH's luxury czar, clocks in 7th at $233 billion, but don't sleep on his media web. Rounding out the cabal, Google co-founders Larry Page and Sergey Brin, their combined $500 billion plus fueling YouTube's algorithmic empire. Mark Zuckerberg, Meta's meme lord, at $203 billion, gatekeeping Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. What unites them? Not philanthropy, heavens no. It's a voracious appetite for narrative control. These aren't passive investors. They're architects of consent, snapping up media to bury scandals, amplify agendas, and ensure the unwashed masses cheer their every excess. As veteran anchor Dan Rather warned amid Ellison's media spree, we all have to be concerned about the consolidation of huge billionaires getting control of nearly all of the major news outlets. Tough times indeed, especially if you're a journalist who forgot to salute the sponsor. Let's spotlight the frontrunner in fresh conquests, Larry Ellison, the 80-year-old tech titan whose $278 billion fortune stems from Oracle's data hoarding dominance. He's not content with spying on your cloud storage. Now he's bidding to devour Paramount Global via his Skydance media puppet. A $8 billion play for CBS, B, MTV, Comedy Central, Nickelodeon, Paramount Plus, and Showtime. But the crown jewel, CNN, that beleaguered beacon of cable news, reportedly on the chopping block for hosts like Aaron Burnett and Brianna Keilar, whom Ellison allegedly discussed axing with White House insiders. His son David, the CBS News overlord, has already purged woke staffers, installing Bari Weiss, self-described Zionist fanatic, as editor-in-chief to steer coverage toward Trump-friendly, unbiased shores. Ellison's tentacles extend further, a consortium push to snag TikTok from Chinese clutches, funneling it to Oracle's servers. Trump, ever the dealmaker, greenlights it all, repaying Ellison's loyalty with regulatory winks. Cynics, and let's be frank, that's our house wine here, see the pattern. Buy the megaphone, tune it to your frequency, and watch democracy's dial spin to static. As rather lamented of CBS, it is a particularly tough time for anybody working at CBS News. If the Ellisons were to buy CNN, it would change CNN forever. A wound indeed, self-inflicted by the very hand that feeds. Now the full septet, Elon Musk, whose $44 billion Twitter grab in 2022 birthed X, a far-right echo chamber peddling Maduro-toppling misinformation, and even reprogramming his Grok AI to flirt with Hitler praise. Jeff Bezos, who inked the Washington Post for $250 million in 2013, only to torch anti-establishment voices and stock the roster with pro-war cheerleaders. He also claims Twitch, 7 million broadcasters strong, MGM, Audible, and IMDb. Bernard Arnault, the French fashion kingpin, cloaks his LVMH empire around Le Parisien, Les Echos, Paris Match, and Radio Classique. Subtle, but no less suffocating. Page and Brin? Their Google behemoth swallowed YouTube for $1.65 billion in 2006. Today, 35% of Americans source news from its recommendation rabbit holes. Zuckerberg rounds it out. His meta triad, Facebook, 38% news users, Instagram, 20%, WhatsApp, 5%, a censorship colossus in disguise. These barons don't just own the media, they weaponize it for political puppeteering. Enter the MAGA mouthpiece era. The Ellisons have rechristened CBS as a pro-Trump clarion, with Larry as Trump's shadow president whispering policy from his Hawaiian lair. Musk, X's de facto minister of efficiency, amplifying QAnon-light conspiracies while threatening Guantanamo for critics. Zuckerberg, post-2020 election jitters, axed fact-checkers, exiled moderation to Texas, and slotted in Bush alum Joel Kaplan as number 2. Plus UFC's Dana White, Trump inaugural donor extraordinaire, to the board. He even ponied up $1 million for Trump's party, rubbing elbows with Bezos and the rest. Bezos, ever the libertarian evangelist, decreed at WAPO, "We are going to be writing every day in support of defense of 2 pillars, personal liberties and free markets. Dissent, not on his dime." Reporter Jeff Stein balked. Massive encroachment makes clear dissenting views will not be published or tolerated. Arnault too cozies up. Texas factories for Trump, Mar-a-Lago soirees, White House drop-ins. It's a revolving door of flattery and favors, where news means narratives that never bite the hand that signs the checks. One can't suppress a smirk. In the marketplace of ideas, the currency is corruption, and these tycoons are printing presses unto themselves. But wait, there's the military-industrial entanglement. These media moguls aren't bystanders, they're Pentagon profiteers. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Oracle split a $9 billion DoD cloud pie in 2022. Bezos' AWS inked a $600 million CIA pact in 2013. Google's roots, CIA-backed from Brin and Page's In-Q-Tel days, birthing Keyhole, now Google Earth, for Iraq spying and Lockheed tie-ups. Musk's SpaceX. In-Q-Tel midwifed its launch, NASA bailouts followed. Now it's Air Force darling with armed satellites via ex-CIA alums. Ellison's Oracle, born from a CIA Project Oracle in the 70s, raking tens of billions in intel contracts, Leon Panetta sits on the board. It's a feedback loop. War dollars fund media machines that cheerlead endless conflict. Educational? Absolutely. Enraging? Pick your poison. And nowhere is the Baron's bias more brazen than in arming Israel's agenda. The Ellisons bankrolled an $16.6 million IDF training center in 2017. Larry intones, "Defend our home," while son David hobnobs with Israeli generals plotting surveillance on U.S. pro-Palestine activists. Oracle's Safra Katz mandates Oracle stands with Israel, purging dissenters. If they don't agree, maybe aren't the right company. Their media grabs? PR shields amid Gen Z's fury, sidelining voices like Hassan Piker for Alan Dershowitz cameos. Zuckerberg's Meta, a 95% compliance rate on Israeli censorship requests since 2016. Ex-IDF Emmy Palmore on the oversight board. Human Rights Watch tallied 1,049 of 1,050 Palestinian posts as peaceful yet nuked. Bios glitched to terrorist. WhatsApp feeds IDF targeting via Unit 8200 vets. Musk jetted to Israel in 2023, branding Hamas evil while glossing 20,000 plus Gaza dead. Starlink now beams for the IDF, X their weapon. Google and Amazon's $1.2 billion Project Nimbus. IDF AI for Gaza ops with 99X Unit 8200 embeds. Brin blasts the UN as anti-Semitic over war crimes probes. Arnault? Israeli Diamonds, a $32 billion whiz stake, Google's botched buyout, $55 million Gal Gadot glow-up. It's a symphony of suppression. Buy the platforms, bury the bodies in the scroll. These barons don't just own media, they own the Overton window, slamming it shut on scrutiny of their pet causes, be it conservative crusades or endless Middle East entanglements. The illusion of choice? A farce, scripted in Silicon Valleys and luxury bunkers. In the end, these 7, Musk, Ellison, Page, Brin, Bezos, Zuckerberg, Arnault, aren't eccentric visionaries. They're the existential threat to open society. They're trillions translating to trillions in silenced stories. At the stateless standard, we call it as we see it. No sacred cows, just cold facts. If this rundown of robber baron media has you auditing your feeds, hit subscribe. We deliver these dissections weekly, sans sugarcoating. Drop a comment. Which baron scares you most? Sources below from Forbes to HRW reports. Until next time, remember, in the attention economy, ignorance is their profit margin. Stay skeptical. Stay free.